Alright guys, Papa Pepper here, doing a little bit more of my getting to know one another series, where as I travel around and meet up with different Steamians, I give them a chance to meet all you guys and give you guys a chance to meet them. So I'm here today with Armadillocreek. So what kind of username is Armadillocreek?
Armadillocreek came around when my wife and I first arrived to our little place to scout it out. We walked down to the bottom of our creek down here, and the first sign of wildlife we saw was a dead armadillo face down in our creek. So we decided that he was a good armadillo, and we decided to give him a nice burial. We gave him a grave marker, a nice rock cairn and everything, and we named him Phil. We had our few parting words for him, and then from that moment forward, we were Armadillocreek.
Armadillocreek. See, I never even knew that. I saw pictures of dead armadillos before, but didn't know that. So how did you first hear about steaming?
I had been looking up a lot of homesteaders for a couple years, doing my own research and everything before I made the trip out here, and it was an American homestead, actually. I had been following his stuff for a while, and he had this gigantic rant on YouTube one day about being demonetized over a really good video he did on butchering a cow, and it became a really big deal for him. And then he started mentioning Steam It, and I'd heard him mention it, I heard other people mention it, but I really didn't put much faith into it up until last year. I'd signed up for an account because I'd heard people got successful, and I still didn't do anything with it until this January is when I actually started doing my first blogging, and I was 100% wrong in my assumptions.
It's a crazy cool opportunity, I think, for everyone these days, just to be part of this community and really just generating its own cryptocurrency too. It's revolutionary as far as bringing together life, social media, cryptocurrency. So I mean, you're originally are you from Denver originally, that Colorado area?
Not originally. I've been living in Colorado on and off for a little around 10 years. I'm originally from Texas. I grew up for the most part of my teens and graduated from high school in El Paso, and I grew up mostly in the Southwest and the desert areas. But before that, I was a military brat, and I had traveled around a lot and grew up in either a military base or really small Texas towns, because that's where all my family was from, was really tiny towns. And I didn't actually have my first experience of a city until I was almost 17 when I moved to El Paso.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, he was out in Denver with your wife, working your job, living kind of the traditional American type lifestyle, and you said, you know what, this isn't really for me anymore. So if people come over and check out your blogs, what are they going to be finding? What are they going to be exposed to?
Right now, I put out either I think a 6-part series that I'm going to continue on with me raising my quail. I'd also like to go into what I'm doing here on the homestead to not only just be off-grid, but to be, you know, just more self-sufficient and things like that. I also want to kind of come from the angle of teaching somebody new. There was a lot of stuff when I was doing homesteading, all these questions that I had, I want to be able to provide those answers for those new homesteaders, because sometimes I had to search for hours or even days for some of those answers. Some of it has to do with maybe a bird feeder or just something random that I'd like to help answer. And then eventually, once I'm more in front of a comfortable on the camera and can kind of, you know, I guess summon up the courage, I'd like to get in the spirituality and philosophy angles and everything. But I think I need a little bit more time kind of getting comfortable and feeling my vibe on that.
Sure. So I've already learned some things, just saw the quail now, looking forward to getting into quail eventually ourselves. Much like Armadillocreek, we're learning a lot of stuff, but as we learn, we share. Hopefully people can learn from our mistakes, learn from the things we do figure out, and like I said, I appreciate you taking the time to be in front of the camera with me right now.
Absolutely.
So guys, I got some other things to do today. Again, this is Armadillocreek. Check him out on Steam It. Follow him, encourage him, support him, and we'll see you guys in the future. Papa out.